So, hi everybody and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 tutorial series for absolute beginners. We make a basic game, and in this video, which is video and 90, yes, we will not continue with that what I said, and that was creating a landscape and make mesh paint. So let me show you this one. We selected the landscape here in the select mode, and there was also a paint. We could make here landscape painting, but the problem here is we have to create let's not say create, but use landscape materials, create them and so on. And this one is a little bit more advanced, and in this first steps of the game I want to show only basics. That's why I keep this what we have here. We go back, and of course, you can watch documentations on YouTube and how to make this, but before we are doing that, we have to talk about general materials. And the only thing what we are doing here is select the landscape, go to our starter content, which is on our folder view here in our content drawer, and here we have materials, and we have just to apply one. And very easy, you select one, and here you have the landscape selected. You go to the landscape details panel, you scroll down, and you find here a landscape material. Interesting is it is called landscape material. I don't know if it works with all. Let's dock this here so we can choose a material, and then here you choose a material which you like. And I take this one. Let's see if this works. And then you drag and drop it here, or you just find it here, or you select here and make this one. And you see, after you drag and drop the material here, we can play here. It's applied onto the landscape. But what I said is we have to talk about materials in general. When I double click this material here and dock this here on top, scroll a little bit back, you see this material looks a little bit difficult. We have to understand many things here. Actually, that's not true. This one is a more complex material where they have some base materials, they have normals and so on. But let me show you how you can make a very basic material without anything of that. We start with this. This is the only thing what we talk about material here. We go to our folder this time. Let's create. This is my game folder. For this one, I create here a folder, right click, new folder. I call it material, and I open up the folder and I right click here again. And here is a material. We can create our own material, and we call this, I don't know, this is M underscore, this is the prefix convention, and I call this my material, my green material. And we make this was the creation of a material, and now I make the most basic material ever. And I double click on it, and you see the difference here. We just need one node here, and here they made here more complex material. They added more interesting features to the material. It looks better and so on. We will not discuss this all now because we make just a very basic material, and I show you the most basic material. What you can do is you write here and search something. I think let's see, is this true? Quartz? I don't know myself. Or you make it so you press free and click here in the space. So free on your keyboard. That creates this one, which is, let's see, a free vector. Okay, we could search here a free vector too, I think. And so there is a 2 vector as well, and a 1 vector too. So, and this free vector here, we just connect to the base color. And when we do this, here on the right side is a details panel. We selected our vector here. We go down. And now what we can do is, for example, I want just green. And this is the basics. And then you write here 1. This here is RGB colors, which means if you set R for 1 and other 0, 0, it's creating red. If you set green for 1 and the other for 0, 0, it's create this one. But if you and so on. But if you want to, also you can just click here and select the color which you want. You see, that's even easier for a beginner, I think. And I don't make this one here right now because I know when I said I want just green, I go here 1 and 0, and then it's green. And this one we can save, and that's it. That is probably the most basic material we can create. And compared to this one, looks much more complicated. Yeah, but we are beginners, we start, and yeah. And let's use this material. Let's see how this material looks like. Now I select my landscape. I go here in details panel. I go down to, again, to my landscape material, and I click my material now and drag and drop it here on. And this one looks not good. You see the difference. There is a big difference. That looks plain, and yeah, it is a material. It looks green, but it looks not good. But for low poly or something like that, or for base shapes where you don't need very textures, for example, plain material, something like that, it's okay. But you see, for more nice looking things, we need indeed a more complex material like they did here. And this one we have to learn when we go on material creation, and not here and now. I want to just show you that we should start, but that we can make a very basic material our own. So that said, we go back and I go to the starter content and I go here to materials, and you have here some basic selection, but don't forget we have also Megascans. And let me see this here, Quixel Bridge. And if you open Megascan, that was here, and then you dock here on the side, and then they have even more crazier material. These materials are even nothing to their materials because they make much more impressive materials, actually, 3D assets. And when you see, they have all on top of their materials. I think we already downloaded here something, so I don't download here one more thing. I go here to my folder, Megascan folder, 3D assets. Let's take the canyon which we used here, and here they have their own material here. Let's click their material just for check. And this looks a little bit different, right? Where is our graph? Actually, this is a special interface. If you want to go to the graph view here, you have go here in details down where it says general and there to parent, and then click this parent material because they made here another presentation. And when you click this double, now you see this one. This is again, looks very simple, careful. This is again a simplified version of that what they have. When you click here, for example, this node again, then it opens up, and yeah, you see the material creation is not so simple as it is. But one interesting thing here is these are the things what we have to learn. For example, the albedo, which is the base color, something like that. Then we have here the normals, which is the height and depth, so the material looks a little bit more 3D, and so on. That we are covering then when we are going to the material section. As a starter, we don't care about that so much at start because we want just use that what we have. For example, here from Megascans, but there are other sites too, not only Megascans. There are on the internet many on free assets from Epic, many other materials you can download and get. That said, we think we talked a little bit about material, and you see when you create your own material, that looks, at least the base material, not good. You have to create a more complex material. This base material you can still use for very base shapes and something like that, but not like ground material or something complex. So let's change this fast. We go to the starter content, we go to material, and we select there something what you like. I go for, I don't know, let's go for this one. And when we start this one, yes, let's keep this one. Okay, I think I wanted not talk about materials in this video actually, but that was also okay. The next thing what I want to do here is not continue. And why? Because I skipped very many basic concepts before we reach actually this point, because when I press play here, I should cover more things, and you can actually see the most important part at all I skipped because it's complicated, and it is the character. And in the next video I want to talk some basics about the character, and probably some videos long, because we have also changed the character to, for example, from the free assets to look better, but we will not create a character and so on in the animations. We use all what we have, because a character, what you see here is absolute, all finished, all made, all animated, all materials down, and it's not so easy. And in the next video we will dive into that. Okay, bye for now.